So we got another blue sky day here in Finland. Sun's out, bouncing off the snow, but I'm not here to talk about that. And to be honest, I wasn't sure what to call this video. Photoshop Royals, maybe? Photoshop Psyop. I haven't got a clue about Photoshop actually, but I think I have got a clue about what's going on with all of these Photoshop pictures of Kate Middleton. So what is going on? Well, I think you need to look at a major problem that's been facing them for quite a while now, and that is the so-called conspiracy theorists who've been making predictions for, I don't know, well, quite well-known predictions since March 2020. They've been spot on, haven't they? And people were making really outlandish predictions prior to 2020. They've also been proven right as well about all sorts of things. So it's now harder for them to sort of like say, oh, don't listen to these conspiracy theorists, because the conspiracy theorists have actually been proven to be repeatedly correct. And the people who've been proven to be repeatedly wrong about stuff, organisations like the BBC or over here in Finland, Yle. So there's an issue of like credibility and trust that I think more and more people have lost trust in the likes of the BBC or the Daily Mail or Sky News. So they've lost trust in them, and they're gaining trust in people like me and other voices in the non-mainstream alternative media. You know, so just picking on something like you know, Veritas Vincent, a normal guy, talking sense basically. So people are losing confidence in them and gaining confidence in us. So they have a huge issue of trust, and they're struggling to meaningfully communicate with us. And you can see this. I was listening to a podcast, I think it was Sheep Farm, and they were talking about Mariana Springer's got some YouTube videos about, I don't know, about conspiracy theorists or something like that. And you know, she'd got like, I don't know, 90 views, something pathetic like that. So they're losing their ability to communicate with us. They're very worried about people who they were smearing as conspiracy theorists getting bigger and bigger audiences. The conspiracy theorists are being trusted. They're not. Huge problem, right? So this is where I think some of these Photoshop psyops come in. And the other thing as well I'd say that makes me suspicious is you know, this old adage that I keep on repeating to you from Ludwig von Mises, the famous Austrian school economist, that nobody at university who studies economics is taught about, because basically what he says is right and all the Keynesian stuff is a load of nonsense. Anyway, so there's this really obvious photoshopped image of this Kate, whatever her name is, Middleton, right, with these three sprogs who are allegedly William's the dad, right, allegedly, right, so and it's obviously photoshopped. And then there's all this stuff about she's gone missing, hasn't she? You know, no one's seen her for ages. So why would anybody release such an amateur obviously photoshopped picture? I think what they want us to do, what they want conspiracy theorists to do, is to come up with all sorts of outlandish theories that are based on pure speculation. And what I've noticed on social media, on places like Twitter in particular, is a lot of the mainstream alternative media, you know, the people who are most probably controlled opposition, what they've been doing is coming up with all sorts of crazy theories, you know, about that are based on pure speculation that, oh, maybe Prince William is gay, and Kate found out about his gay lover, and then there was a fight, or Kate has been like putting it about with that bloke who blew his brains out, and all of this. And you know, let's give a shout out for UNN News, who I'm deeply suspicious of. They've been like cheerleading all of this pure speculation. They haven't mentioned aliens, but they might as well have. So pure speculation based on nothing factual at all. So does that suit the powers that shouldn't be? I think it does, because you know what I think. I'll make a prediction for you, is that Kate will reappear. You know, maybe in about a month. I don't know how long they want to play the Psyops for. Maybe it might take longer than a month. But eventually she'll reappear, and the story will be, well, she had an operation, and you know, and she did do that picture herself, and it was just an honest mistake. And let's all laugh at these people that liked UNN News' crazy conspiracy theory about Prince William being gay. So, or some other kind of nonsense. And there's loads of them doing it. There's loads of them pumping out all of this crazy stuff. So again, what it is, it's called guilt by association. So people going along, you know, getting stuck into this this Photoshop, and you know, coming up with all sorts of elaborate ideas about what it means or what possibly could be happening. All of these people will be discredited by association, and the BBC will be just laughing. They'll be just ridiculing these conspiracy theorists, so-called, who went along with UNN News and all the rest of them, saying mad things about Middleton and Prince William or whatever. Just for clarification here, I don't like the royal family. I think they're completely irrelevant. They're just sheeple distraction. But I think what the BBC and the powers that shouldn't be, what they'll get from this is undermining so-called conspiracy theorists who do have valuable things to say about, say, those trails in the sky, or the long-term health effects of the Britney Spears, or the medical coercion that went on in 2021, 2022. All of those people who've got very valid things to say, they'll be tarred with the same brush by the BBC and the controlled media. They'll say, oh, look at these conspiracy theorists. Ha, ha, ha. They said Prince William was gay, and that, you know, coming up, they'll recycle, they'll have all the tweets there ready to go. This is what they said, and nah, they were wrong. So that's what I think is going on with that one, but there's more to it. The other one is, I'll put this image up now. So this is this Prince Andrew and this Victoria, whatever it is, right? Again, what I would say is this image is most obviously photoshopped, right? So if Prince Andrew was innocent, and of what he's been accused of, you know, to do with let's think of a word, Jepstein, let's call him that, Jepstein, right? Then surely he would have said straight off, oh, look at this image of this me and this woman, allegedly, this girl. It's look, you can see the Photoshop lines. And if you look at it, you can actually see that it's photoshopped. It's like even worse than the photoshopped image of Kate and her kids. It's even worse than that one. So for me, there must be a reason for that. Like, he's paid out damages. Andrew's paid out damages to this Victoria, what's her name? So what's going on there? I think what they've wanted is for, you know, the people in the conspiracy movement, you know, to say, oh look, you know, he's a like a, what's that word that begins with N? He's one of them, you know. And basically, they're going to have the last laugh again, aren't they? They're going to say, oh well, you know, when Andrew said in that BBC interview, I don't think that that's my hand. Well, the BBC will say, oh well, you should have listened to us. You know, there was a big pile-on from the alternative media, the conspiracy theory lot, and they backed the wrong horse. They were saying that he was like, you know, on the island with on Jeffrey's Island, doing all sorts of bad stuff. When the truth is that this image was it's all photoshopped. It was all fake. So I think, cutting all of this to the chase here, these photoshopped images, they're out there because they want to try to discredit the so-called conspiracy theories or theorists that have been getting so much right over the last 10 years. I'll just show you this house. It's a lovely house with the pitched roof. Yeah, and that's what it's about. They want to discredit so-called conspiracy theorists and the people. So what do we do with them? What's our attitude towards these like photoshopped images of royal family and all of that? My feeling is you won't find anything on my Twitter feed where I'm speculating about where Kate might be, or what she might have done, or what he might have done, or whether they've been abducted by aliens, because I know they're going to wheel this one out later. And anyone who's gone along with like coming up with like stupid ideas based on nothing but pure speculation, they're just going to use that to discredit you. You know, it's a bit like what they do with you know, the crazy revisionist World War II history stuff. I think that is all MI5, MI6. They put people out there and they come up with, like, you know, the German moustache man, he wasn't so bad after all that nonsense. Or, you know, this event where people were industrially murdered. Didn't happen, right? And what they want, it's a trap. They want you to agree with all of that stupid stuff. So then, when you want to say something about the trails in the sky, or the Britney Spears and the Boosters, well, your voice can be immediately discredited because you were one of these crazy people that were making up stuff about revisionist history, or saying stuff that was untrue about the royal family. So that's what I think is going on. Of course, I don't rule out the possibility that I could be wrong. Maybe, you know, somebody has murdered somebody with an axe or whatever, I don't know. But for me, that's what I think is going on. It's just a trap. It's energy harvesting as well. And but the main thing is that they want you to go along with their setup. Because, you know, the thing that makes me think it's a setup is, you know, the royal family, they must have resources. You know, if they wanted to do a Photoshop, they could do it properly, couldn't they? You know, if they really wanted to cover something up. So the fact that it's all been done in a very amateurish fashion suggests to me that there's something else going on. It's a setup. And then the other thing with the Prince Andrew one, again, if it's obvious it's Photoshop, so why didn't the bloke call it out? The bloke could have just dismissed all the tabloid talk about him being on Jeff's Island by just saying, look at this image, it's obviously photoshopped. So why didn't he do that? For me, it suggests that they're up to something else. And it's, as I say, one last time, it's all about trying to discredit people in the truth movement. Guilt by association. So that's all I want to say. So God bless.